Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Sudesh. Whatever doubts you guys are having, please do ask. We'll start the streaming in 2 minutes. Good morning, Suresh ji. Good morning, Arya. Sir, targets 5268.97. आप हो? नहीं. I was busy with someone. लॉन्ग ट्रेड में नहीं. जो स्विंग ट्रेड चल रहा है सिर्फ उसमें हूँ. न्यूयॉर्क सेशन में जो मूवमेंट आया पोस्ट रिजेक्शन उसमें भी नहीं हूँ. ना आज सुबह के मूवमेंट में भी. गुड मॉर्निंग रितेश. गुड मॉर्निंग पटेल. Any doubts, please do ask. Very good morning. Welcome to the stream as you're new. यहाँ पे तो टारगेट 5263 दिख रहा है. रुक जाओ, थम जाओ थोड़ा. ये तो सरप्लस अलोकेशन है. सरप्लस अलोकेशन के साथ 100% ब्रेक एंड कंटिन्यूटी में है. तो 150 का टारगेट जो था फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट उसी का अलोकेशन में है एट करंट स्टेज. 1 आवर का भी लेवल मैप करना है ना. Did you buy the challenge? What challenge? Prop form. Yes, I have bought it. एक ट्रेड भी हो चुका है. Right? So let's start with the analysis as you guys don't have any doubts at this current stage. What should be the plan of action for today? नहीं नहीं रुक जाओ. One more person is missing. Good morning, Amrita. Right? Starting from 1 hour. What are the major plan of actions that you will be looking at the current state? In today's scenario, comparing to yesterday's scenario, what are the major things that needs to be noticed? At the current stage, what is volume indicating in precisions of yesterday? राइट. मार्केट को अगर नोटिस कर रहे हो, कल के दिन जो हमारा शॉर्ट का ट्रेड था, वो शॉर्ट का ट्रेड होने के बाद वॉल्यूम couldn't match the level and volume started to drop, right? So market with an intact continued the movement towards the long, following the retained action plan. रिटेन्ड एक्शन प्लान मतलब जब भी एक मूवमेंट डाइवर्सिफिकेशन में डेवलप होता है ना, उस डेवलपमेंट में एक प्रोटोजिकल अलोकेशन डेवलप होती है. Right, that portagical allocations is through dilution point. Right, कल के दिन में if you notice लाइव स्ट्रीम में क्लियर कट हमने डिस्कस किया था, मार्केट 5036 तक आने दो, वहां से प्लान ऑफ एक्शन लॉन्ग के तरफ देखेंगे, तब तक के लिए वी आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड. Correct. So exactly market came to that point of action, took the rejection and continued the movement. Right? With this plan, at the current state, what do you notice? न्यूयॉर्क एएम सेशन में तो वॉल्यूम डेवलप किया, न्यूयॉर्क पीएम सेशन में भी वॉल्यूम डेवलप हुई. दिस वाज अ न्यू स्कैंडल, henceforth the continuity in the movement, so we are not taking this in categorically in the same protological way. Right? With this, what do you notice? Market is still in the iceberg zone, डायरेक्शन फॉलो हुआ है. आज के दिन में फर्स्ट हाई वॉल्यूम वाज डेवलप in this candle, right? So, what is the major indication that market is currently giving? क्या market directly इस point of action से long के लिए जाएगा? नहीं, right? First plan of action of the market will be to remove the people whoever has executed through a small volumes, right? Small volume trade off action plan कहाँ पे develop हुई है, right? In this candle development is there, right? In this wick allocation, the development is there. What will market do? Market क्या करेगा? इनको निकालेगा, right? So once the protological allocations is developed through a rejection, that's when the next movement of actions will be looked at. मतलब जब तक एक डाइल्यूटेड लिक्विडिटी फॉर्मेशन में नहीं आएगा, अभी मार्केट के पास मूवमेंट के लिए रीडेवलपमेंटल फोर्स नहीं है जो कि कंटिन्यूटी में कैरी फॉरवर्ड हो. राइट? यस. एक चीज हो सकती है कि मार्केट इसी पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन से डायरेक्टली जा सके, जो कि if the volume has to play an important role of 80% with the same previous high volume range, जो कि in this case of scenario नहीं दिख रही है, right? So अगर market slow and steadily भी ऊपर जाएगी, that's totally fine, but every intact needs to be taken under the consideration at the current stage, right? So at the current moment, if market needs to continue till 5268, let the market come down to at least 5200 and then continue the movement, right? Major plan of action should be from 5197. If not, 5200 as per 1 hour level needs to be taken under the consideration, right? Keeping in mind, वो कब आएगा is the major question, right? So that point of action will be taken under the consideration with the first come first serve allocation point, right? Each and every first come first serve allocation के साथ अगर mapping करोगे ये 200% है. Rejection point of one will be taken under the consideration with this point, which will be mapped through the point of action of this range. 100% rejection. With 100% rejection, market has followed a first come first serve 1 hour surplus, right? In this 1 hour surplus, what is the one major thing that needs to be taken under the consideration? Will this intact point of action give a right allocation to hold, right? So अगर notice कर रहे हो 1 hour का level आके कहाँ पे दिखा रहा है? It's showcasing at 5270, right? So this is the major rejection point of a surplus 100% of 1 hour. Keeping in mind, we are having a rejection at this point itself, which is surplus 150% in 15 minutes. Market यहाँ पे क्या करेगा? Market एक plan of action develop करेगा, जो कि let everyone think the market has been sabotage. मतलब sabotage movement, not per English term sabotage. Sabotage is अलग meaning होता है, right? Trading world में sabotage का meaning allocating a trade in a reversal point of action to continue the similar price action. मतलब जब भी market एक direction में होता है, in this current stage the direction is bullish. So what will market do over here? ये जो movement develop हुआ है, इस development का sabotage movement कहाँ पे है? जहाँ पे LG create होता है, right? Do we have an LG point over here which has been developed? Right? So that is the sabotage movement of LG creation, which will get diluted first, then continue the movement towards the long. जब तक sabotage of direction नहीं found out होती है, तब तक movement will be diversified into a retracement zone, right? So into that perspective, if you look for an allocation point, what do you see? Okay, surplus से तो rejection ले रहा है, एक red candle closure दिखाई है, right? It's a new 1 hour candle, 30 minutes हो चुकी है. In that property, what is this? First come first serve mapping, which needs to be playing over here. Is that first come first serve exactly mapping with our LG point? If this is being taken under the consideration, then the continuity till 5270 will be more foundationally in a direction. Okay. So let the LG get created. Post LG gets created. Look for a next plan of execution of 300 to 350 pips in Asian and London session. Okay. Yes. So the market needs to be diversified at the current range of movement, which will be created at the point of 5220 से लेके 5215 तक. So what was the reason of minor retracement? Sir, what was the reason of minor retracement meant in New York AM session yesterday as the volume was still in iceberg zone? No, volume iceberg zone में कहाँ पे था? Right? If you notice in 1 hour, I'll showcase you it. Right? So in this movement allocation, what do you notice? कल का फर्स्ट प्लान ऑफ एक्शन का मूवमेंट जो है शॉर्ट के तरफ था, राइट? जो कि यूटीसी 1 AM में डेवलप हुई थी कल के लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग के हिसाब से, राइट? पोस्ट दैट व्हाट डू यू नोटिस? मार्केट वाज इन द एंटायर आइसबर्ग जोन, right? So when the market was in entire iceberg zone, market created a sabotage movement to get a proper dilution in the movement, right? So जब ये dilution complete हुआ, तब जाके market में एक high volume develop हुआ with minor rejection point, right? जो कि previous high volume का levels या same level पे कोई breakthrough नहीं थी, correct? जब वो breakthrough नहीं था, तो market ने क्या किया? Dropped the volume, right? So जब volume drop out हुई, so what are the plans that market tend to showcase? An iceberg movement, right? उसके बाद एक बीच में से एक बड़ा सा वॉल्यूम कैंडल आया जो कि न्यूज कैंडल की वजह से that which is not taken under the consideration. Till today morning of Asian session, the market was in iceberg zone. So followed with this high volume, all the levels were in taken consideration of a iceberg movement. Henceforth, the minor rejection was taken towards the same direction. अगर ये जो वॉल्यूम है, right next to the red volume, अगर ये 10% और भी ऊपर जाता ना, this market could have continued the rally towards the down to cover 4960 का movement with a minor rejection. Is that what I meant? Okay. एलजी पॉइंट तक मार्केट को डेवलप करने दो, मार्केट पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट के साथ बिल्ड आउट दिखाने दो, उसके साथ ही नेक्स्ट प्लान ऑफ एक्शंस होंगे, नॉट प्रायर टू दैट. ब्यूटिफुल. 150 pips running in short, sir. Thank you for the trade. ऐसे लगता है कि मार्केट आप ही चला रहे हो. Whatever doubts you guys are having, please do ask. Stream will be there for next 30 minutes. No, it doesn't have a wick. This candle is not having a wick. ऐसा बात है. नहीं नहीं, अगस्त होल्ड करो यार. क्या मजाक कर रहे हो क्या? सिंगल कैंडल में हम कब से निकलना शुरू कर लिए? 5225 पे एंट्री है मेरा. हाँ, ये ग्रीन में कन्वर्ट होगा कैंडल. 36, 46, 56, 66, 76. Yes. No doubt about it. Sir, 15 minutes surplus mapping Thursday. This one will be mapped here, this one will be mapped here. Okay. So ಇದು ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಓಕೆನಾ. Relevant action plan needs to be taken under the consideration to the previous year. Simple. Good job, Ambika. Nifty is bullish today, no? Yeah, yeah. Nifty is bullish. Plan of action is simple. I'm just mapping first come, first serve. Starting point of action, right? 200% break and continue. Redevelopmental structure, second serving, which will be acting as the play. Point one, break and continue at 200%. You could see one rejection over here from this point, which will be taken in pursuance of first come first serve mapping. This one, for developmental first. Okay. This is just first come first serve mapping. Huh? Beautiful. नहीं नहीं 150 पिप्स में कौन निकलता है यार. होल्ड करना. 68 तक का टारगेट है. So what makes you decide that market's gonna come to 15 minutes intact level and not 1 hour intact level? For example, yesterday market came to 45046 before giving a bullish move. That was an 1 hour intact and not 15 minutes intact, which was 5036. No, actually, the plan of action needs to be always considered in allocation to the movement, right? So what does market tend to showcase? जब भी एक movement develop होने से पहले ना एक demand create करता है. What is that demand? Demand in the sense not supply and demand. So demand is the movement action plan which is diversified in the portfolio. मतलब अभी market में तेरे को 1 kg राइस चाहिए, ठीक है, बट मार्केट में 1 kg राइस है ही नहीं, तो क्या होगा? You will find a place where you will get the rice. जब मार्केट में सप्लाई ही नहीं है तो कितना भी ढूंढ ले, मार्केट डिमांड क्रिएट करेगा नहीं. मार्केट क्या करेगा? इन्फ्लेट करेगा उस प्राइस को, राइट? Same scenario in gold at the current stage where market is demanding for a gold in physical quantity wherein फिजिकल में क्वांटिटी है ही नहीं. रिजर्व्स की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं मैं, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के हिसाब से बात कर. जब डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में गोल्ड है ही नहीं तो प्राइस तो इन्फ्लेट होगा ही ना. राइट। थोड़े लोग बोलेंगे कि डॉलर गिर रहा है तो गोल्ड ऊपर जा रहा है, वैसे थोड़ी हो रहा है, डॉलर भी तो ऊपर ही जा रहा है ना। इट्स द गेम ऑफ डिमांड एंड सप्लाई, राइट। अभी हमारा सप्लाई क्यों बढ़ रहा है, इन्फ्लेट हो रहा है प्राइस, क्योंकि मार्केट में डिमांड ही नहीं है फिजिकल का। जब फिजिकल का डिमांड आ जाएगा तो स्टेबलाइज हो जाएगा प्राइस। तो क्या वो अभी होगा, नहीं, अभी तो नहीं होगा। उसके लिए 3 countries needs to distribute at least 7% of the gold reserves which is there in the current hands of their reserve funds। अगर वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में आएगा तभी स्टेबलाइज होगा, नहीं तो ये रैली पे ही रहेगी। सिंपल बात है, राइट। द सेम सिनेरियो, 1 आवर का लेवल न्यूयॉर्क में क्यों हिट हुआ, लंदन में क्यों नहीं, एशियन में क्यों नहीं, उसी लेवल से थ्रू मूवमेंट क्यों डेवलप हुआ, it and all is followed through one simple understanding। अगर मार्केट में डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है ही नहीं तो क्या पूरा लिक्विडेट कर पाओगे, नहीं कर पाओगे। प्राइस इन्फ्लेट होता रहेगा हर एक रिजेक्शन के साथ। 100 pips running। So that's the only simple agenda at the current state what market is following through, to wait, let the market create a news। ये तो अभी जनवरी है 2026 का, अभी तो तांडव आना बाकी है। गोल्ड में तांडव खेलेगा, तांडव। जिस दिन आप ये समझ लिए ना किस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन का किस रिजेक्शन काम करता है, राइट, दैट्स द डे। भूल जाओ सब कुछ, अकाउंट में पैसों की बारिश होगी, बारिश। Six more minutes for candle closing in 1 hour. Let the market create a next developmental plan before the execution of holdings. As simple as that. Stream will be there for next 10 minutes. Whatever doubts you guys are having, please do ask. What is liquidity? I don't know. What is order block? I don't know. What is price action? I don't know. Good morning, Aviral. Watched your videos. It was quite helpful. Okay. अगर तू एक वीडियो देख के ट्रेडर बन जाता तो दुनिया में लोग सब काम छोड़ के ट्रेडिंग में आ जाते ना। राइट, लाइव मार्केट में एनालिसिस जो करना है एंड बैक टेस्टिंग का वीडियोस दिखाना जो है, दैट इज अ all put together a ball game which you guys has to understand. आप लोग 30-40 हजार देते हो बैक टेस्टेड वीडियोस के लिए, राइट? जब वो इम्प्लीमेंट करने आओगे मार्केट में, हो पाएगा? नहीं हो पाएगा। तू कितना भी बैक टेस्टेड वीडियोस देख ले, फॉरवर्ड टेस्टिंग कर ले, राइट, दैट विल गिव यू अ होल्ड उतना ही। When you will do the live analysis and live trading, that's when the real ball game of experience come into the play. The rule is simple. जब तक your psychology is not playing a role in the market while you're doing the analysis, it's not a role which has been played yet. As a beginner, एक चीज याद रखना, जब लाइव मार्केट में आप एनालिसिस करोगे ना, your thoughts will say something else, your analysis will say something else. The rule is to follow the directions, not the thoughts. The day you controlled, you mastered your mind. That's the first step. Once you mastered your mind, the next game comes on how to diversify your leveraging ideas. मान के चलो, if I am having a fund of 100 crores, okay, let's come down. 100K की account है सब, right? And it's my real amount. So what will be my diversifying stage in this game? My first rule of action which I'll be playing over here is I'll go aggressive on 50K. Post understanding my mindset, I'll develop the capital. Every capital developed on the compounding, 10% will come back to me. The remaining all will be added into that game, right? Whenever the market is indicating a consolidation, I will be as low as possible, right? With the similar trade, once the ballpark number of a profit is being seen, right? जब तक आप profit account में नहीं देख रहे हो, profits के साथ trade नहीं कर रहे हो, your psychology will be fucked up. Sorry for the bad names, but yeah, that's the reality. जिस दिन आप profit से trade करना start कर दोगे ना, उस दिन से growth automatically आना शुरू हो जाएगा, because you will not be having the fear of losing the capital because you have already protected it. Once you have protected your capital, the game is all changed. right? So that is the major thing that you have to understand before reallocating any substantial movements, right? And जिनके पास funds नहीं है, I could suggest only one thing: get a prop firm, follow the rules, make the money, convert them into the formation of 50% into the real account, 50% into your bank account, right? That should be the plan case at the current state. Just trying my best for it. एक बार इंटरव्यू समझा सकते हो. स्टेप बाय स्टेप अविरल है. एनालिसिस ही नहीं समझ में है, आपको एंट्री करना है ट्रेड में. गो स्टेप बाय स्टेप. So you really have the inside out grasp of the gold market. Thank you for guiding us in the right direction. You're welcome. तो वेट करो दूसरा वीडियो का, उसके बाद आएगा एंट्री का वीडियो, तो वेट करो उस वीडियो का. As simple as that. So Ritesh, the rule is simple. You are not a swing trader, right? The rules needs to be followed in perspective of 15 minutes for you, right? Follow that rule. Okay. वॉल्यूम जब तक साथ में है, डायरेक्शन चेंज नहीं होगी. Am I clear? लाइव ट्रेडिंग अभी नहीं कर सकता ना भाई. तेरे को लाइव ट्रेड करने किसने बोला है? डेली सुबह उठ या शाम पे फ्री जब होता है तब स्ट्रीम के सामने आ, सॉरी स्क्रीनिंग के सामने आ, डू द एनालिसिस, राइट? नॉर्मल सप्लाई एंड डिमांड तो मैप करना स्टार्ट कर पाएगा. इट्स अ स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसेस. यू कांट स्किप इट. Do you teach? Yes, I do. One personal question. Please do ask. How many EMIs do you have? Zero. अरे क्या क्वेश्चन था ये? मजेदार हाँ? What is your main focus? Building assets. मान के चल अभी मैंने 1 करोड़ कमाया उस 1 करोड़ में मेरा 80% जाएगा एसेट बिल्ड करने में 20% जाएगा आईआरसी करने में उस 20% में जो है 10% जाएगा इमरजेंसी फंड में 10% जाएगा वॉट एवर आई वॉन्ट टू डू इन दैट फंड हाउ मेनी पासपोर्ट्स डू यू हैव नॉट अ राइट प्लेस टू टॉक by trading related पूछो ना please. Streaming will be there for next 6 minutes. Whatever doubts you guys are having, please do ask. What's the cost? जिस हिसाब से तुम्हारा क्वेश्चंस था ना उस हिसाब से क्लियरली यू कांट अफोर्ड मी अगर एक चीज खरीदने से पहले कितने बार सोचते हो जीरो इफ आई वांट इट आई बाय इट आई डोंट थिंक अबाउट इट ओके जी अविरल कैन यू बाय BMW विदाउट थिंकिंग सोच पड़ाओ जनाब माय रूल इज वेरी सिंपल if you have 10 times of that car or a house worth, buy it. As simple as that. Yes, without thinking, I can buy it. but I don't need one because I have two. What's your trading capital? क्या क्वेश्चन पूछा भाई? इसके पास फनी आंसर है मेरे पास, बट देना नहीं चाहता. 50K फंडेड अकाउंट. सर कल से आपको एनालिसिस भेज दो, एक्चुअली आज से ही, आज शाम को भेज दूंगा. तू चुप रहेगा? हंसा मत वरुण. आई एम जस्ट बीइंग एज हम्बल एज पॉसिबल. नो डाउट्स गाइस. Nilesh, you will have a video on of your comment, right? नेक्स्ट वीडियो में मिनिमलिटी के साथ ऐड कर दूंगा मैं. सर आपके मिनिलिय सर आपके मिलीनियल्स कितने हो गए? आई होप पूरे हो गए होंगे. पहले मेरा भी नाम आएगा. वेटिंग फॉर इट. नहीं, दो अभी और दो होना है. 365 में. Why do you trade? Good question. Why do I trade? Very good morning, Sandy. After a long time. Sir, what ID funded next? Sir, what is funded next? It's a pop firm. people who are not having capital. So for them, I have taken one challenge. Can a prop firm be a real source of money to create wealth and convert it into a real amount to trade? So we have taken one trade in that so far, and we closed with 300 pips. सर मैं पूछूं पर्सनल पूछूं सर माय क्वेश्चन व्हाई डू यू ट्रेड एक चीज बताओ I'll not ask you why do you trade. I'll ask you only one thing. When you know there is thousands of crores in a pool, could you like to take a dip and take how much ever you want from it? Yes, definitely I could love to. So that's why I trade. You got your answer by yourself. Really, Nitin, I answered your question now. Funded Next is a firm which provides you an account to trade. I'm not promoting any firm. And funded firm खरीदो मत, right? They are scamsters. फर्स्ट पे आउट दिया, सेकंड पे आउट दिया, थर्ड पे आउट रिजेक्ट कर दिया बिना बोले एंड मेल करते हैं यू आर बैंड. सर शादी कर लो. अविरल, एक ही चीज बोलूंगा, अकाउंट बैलेंस 9 डिजिट से 10 डिजिट बनाने में ध्यान दो, लड़की ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगी. कलयुग है, राइट? पैसे से काम चलता है, पैसे बनाने में ध्यान दो. Will there be instance to deploy major percent of capital? What will be the SOPs according to your way of analysis? So you're asking about in real account or you're asking in funded accounts? In funded account, there is lot of rules. So with very minimal rules, there are only few firms, right? So the more lenient SOPs are followed in only two firms, which is Funded Next and Tradify. Rest all has very critical rules, right? So if you're following an instance with my analysis, what I am doing at the current stage, I could suggest you to follow a rule of 30% to 70% margin deployment, followed with 1% risk of the capital. Example, if you're having 100K account, the deployment of the margin could be of 70K, followed with 1% of the capital risk, which is 1000. So if you follow with this risk, right, you will be able to complete the challenge phase If you're catching 3 trades a day, that could be 3 days you will be taking to complete the challenge. If you're talking the SOPs followed with my rules, I keep a risk to reward as per the capital, which will be of 30% risk and margin at the highest. Example, I'll be not risking my capital, I'll be risking the deployment cost of what being used. Example, agar मान के चलो, if I'm having a leveraged account, if I'm using a leverage of 1 is to 2000, my deployed lot size in a gold will be of starting point of 20 lots. Okay. So wherein the account size is of 20 lakhs for an example. With that 20 lakhs, the deployed cost for 20 lots will be in perspective of $2,000 per point, right? Per dollar. So in that case, my risk appetite for that trade will be of $4,000. The punching of the trade will be not nego, will be divided in 4 categories. First with a rejection, second with the setup, third one with the followment of an end line. So wherein the capital of a risk will reduce and compound on the second and multiplied by the third. So in that case, the risk of 4,000 will get converted into $1,000. ಹೇಳಿ ನಿತಿನ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? Okay, that could be my SOPs on the real account and the SOPs of 70% to 30% margin of the capital given, followed with 1% of risk for funded firms. If not, the second strategy what I'll be using on a funded firm will be, sorry, not funded firm, prop firm will be very simple. The daily risk appetite, if it's of $3,000 for that day, my risk appetite will be of $1,000 and I'll execute the trade according to it. Okay. Sandy, hope I have answered all of your questions. Should I don't know why people ask such questions up on order check करो टीचर की एमआई कौन पूछता है पूछने दो ना. They should know you can lead a life without EMIs also. Okay.